Hi everybody, I'm Michelle Duval, the director of the Mindful Center. Welcome to today's teaching. I'm really excited to share with you what I've got for you today because it's an oftentimes overlooked aspect of meditation practice. It's not something that most people are commonly taught as they learn meditation and as they develop their practice. And yet it's one of the most helpful nuggets of the practice out there that I can think of. So let's get started. So typically we think like this: if I want to be happy, I need more happy things happening in my life. Like I need more fun-loving friends, or I need to plan a really awesome vacation, or I need to buy a couple more fun toys. Or if I think I need more love in my life, maybe I need to find a couple more lovable pets or lovable people to spend time with. Maybe I need to buy yet another cat or get a better mate or spend more time with my best friend so I can really feel the love from them. Or if I want more relaxation, more peace in my life, maybe I need to quit my job or paint my bedroom a more meditative blue or set up a few more candles around my bathtub. So we want more happiness in our lives. We tend to create out there more things that could potentially make us happy. We want to feel more love in our lives, so we look to create out there more loving relationships. Or we want more relaxation, more peace in our lives. We tend to look out there for ways of creating that experience of more relaxation and more peace in here. See where I'm going with this? We tend to focus on changing our external world so as to create the changes we want in our internal world. And though I'm not saying that a lot of this doesn't work, because it does, I'm all for, if you feel like you need more love in your life, to go out and create more loving relationships. But it can also be deeply helpful to remember that we can create a lot of these inner experiences for ourselves simply based on how we're using our mind. So has this ever happened to you? You're taking a shower and you start thinking about a disagreement that you had with your boss the day before. And the more you think about it, you actually start to feel angry all over again. If we were to have you hooked up to monitors right there in the shower, which we would obviously never do because it'd be super unsafe, but just say if we were, we would be able to see very clearly that just by you thinking about the disagreement with your boss, you're actually starting to have that experience of anger all over again. We'd see your heart start beating faster. We'd see your breathing begin to change. Your blood pressure might even go up a couple of notches. All triggered by how you're using your mind. Based on how you're using your mind, you're actually changing your internal experience right there in the shower. We do this all the time for negative stuff, right? We rehash problematic conversations or issues, and then we get ourselves all upset about them internally. Or else we imagine future scenarios, right? And even though they haven't even happened yet, we can get ourselves all in a bundle internally just by thinking about them. I mean, that's what worry is. It's imagining negative future scenarios. And then based on using our mind in that way, we trigger feelings of worry in our bodies, right? Based on our mental engagement and thoughts of worry, that mental engagement and thoughts of worry begins to change our internal experience. So why don't we do this for positive effect as well? Why don't we also use our minds to create positive or needed internal benefit? Well, we do. I mean, that's what meditation is. If you know me, you know my working definition of meditation is always the same. It's learning how to more skillfully use our own minds to create benefit, both for ourselves and the world around us. So we can practice using our minds to create desired internal experiences. We can use our mind to create an inner experience of happiness, independent of our external conditions. We can use our mind to create inner experiences of love, even when the people in our lives are being really tough and unloving at the moment. And we can use our mind to create inner experiences of relaxation, what I'm going to call here self-soothing practices, so that when life gets really tough and the people in it are even tougher, we can use our meditation to provide comfort to our own selves, so that we don't have to wait for the people in our world to get their acts together for us to actually feel better. So now I'm going to teach you a self-soothing meditation practice. Self-soothing refers to any behavior an individual uses to help regulate their emotional state by themselves. Self-soothing meditation practice within the context of mindfulness training is typically done in 3 basic steps. So the first step is an acknowledgement that you just might be in need of some comfort in the first place. This can sometimes be easier for women than it is for men. So for the men that I teach, it can be helpful to know that the need for comfort is a primary need of us humans. So it doesn't make you weak or needy, it makes you human. This is why when someone doesn't receive any comfort as a child, it can create pain in our psyches that can sometimes last a lifetime. Why is that? Because the need for comfort in times of stress and struggle is a primal need of us humans. We need it as kids and we need it as adults. So the first step in all of this is the inner recognition, the inner acknowledgement that we just might be in need of comforting in the first place. So step number 2 is moving inward. This is muy importante, as our tendency and familiarity is to keep our focus outward. We want people to apologize to us so that we feel better. We want the weather to change out there so as to bring us sunny skies in here. Moving inward simply means moving toward our inner resources for comfort and strength, rather than remaining dependent on our external conditions changing so as to bring us that inner experience of comfort. This step is accomplished simply by moving into meditation. That's all you have to do to begin the process of moving inward. Just step into a meditation practice. So step number 3 is done in the meditation itself, like while we're meditating. In this type of meditation, we explore 2 basic phenomenon. One is we explore where in the body we're feeling our discomfort. And number 2 is what can we do on the level of mind to bring comfort to those feelings. Let me say that again. So first we explore where in the body we're feeling our discomfort. And then we explore what can we do on the level of mind to bring comfort to those feelings. In this type of meditation, I love to ask myself a question. And the question is, what would I most like to hear? Given the fact that I'm struggling, that I'm having a hard time, that I've been hurt or whatever it is, given that fact, what would I most like to hear in this moment? And then you know what? In the meditation, while I'm meditating, I practice saying whatever it is I most want to hear while I'm meditating. Remember, thoughts have tremendous power over our inner experience, just like those thoughts of anger did for you in the shower. So this meditation is about exploring where in the body you're feeling discomfort. Is it in my chest? Is it in my heart? Is it in my throat? And then we explore what on the level of mind can we do to bring ourselves true comfort. Maybe asking that question, what would I most like to hear? Maybe for you, it's everything's going to be all right. That's usually it for me. Or maybe it's an invitation to just ride the waves, just ride the waves. Or maybe for you, it's this too shall pass. So in the meditation, you practice asking yourself this question, and then you practice listening closely for the answer. What comes up for you naturally when you first acknowledge the fact that you're in need of some comforting in the first place? Then you move inward, and then you ask yourself that question. And then seeing if you can notice how these mental actions of care and consideration are making you feel while you meditate. Like, can you notice a certain softening happening throughout the chest, or a certain openness happening in your heart, right? A lot of people find that simply by asking themselves this question, they start to feel better. I mean, what an act of care and consideration right there, right? What is it that I most want to hear? And then without negotiation, you simply practice saying it, whatever it is, to yourself in your meditation. Sure, we'd all love it if our mates or our coworkers or our friends would ask us this question, right? And sometimes they do. But what if we didn't need the other person to be able to read our minds in that moment? Sometimes just the simple act of showing care for ourselves is all the comfort that we actually need. Just knowing that somebody cares about us and that that somebody is us, that's meditation right there, baby. It is. I hope so much this brings you benefit. I'll see you next time.